Hi, my name is Angie. I'm a social psychology professor and yoga instructor. If you're like me, you've been struggling a little bit getting used to this new, hopefully not normal, of working from home. We're lucky to be able to do it. But in the last week, I've just been sorting out how do I teach online and everything else, and I've barely moved. And I'm starting to really feel it in the shoulders and my back and my hips. So we posted one video before which works primarily in the hips and in the shoulders. Sound quality is terrible, sorry, but it's a good practice if you are just working on having to be much more sedentary than you usually are and looking for ways to move in the house. Today's class will focus much more on the core, so having strength to be able to support ourselves in seated stability throughout the pelvis and elsewhere. So we'll work on the abdominals, the back, but also the psoas muscle, which originates in the lumbar spine, moves through the pelvis and attaches to the femur. So it's a long, challenged muscle when we sit down a lot. So we're going to work on both strengthening and stretching. That muscle, you might feel it burn out, and that might feel a little emotional, but that's an okay thing. I'm sending love to everybody out there, wherever around the world. If you have not yet, please go wash your hands and face with soap and water. Then come back here and join us. Pause the video. Okay, we're going to start with a little bit of joint loosening exercises. We're not stretching yet, but just starting to add some movement into the body, working with the soft tissues, and start to work with the breath. So go ahead and inhale your breath. As we exhale, we're going to turn the gaze over the left shoulder, slow, continuous movement. Inhale back to center, exhale onto the right, and inhale center. Exhaling chin to chest, inhaling center, and exhale. Then we'll inhale, raise the chin, keep the spine long, and exhale, chin to chest. Again, inhale. And on the next exhale, dropping the left ear toward the left shoulder. I can feel tightness in my left shoulder. Inhaling, back to center. Exhaling onto the right, keeping your shoulders square. Inhaling center, one more time. Exhaling left. Inhaling center. Exhaling right. And inhaling center. Moving down to the shoulders, fingertips to the shoulders, elbows together in front, dropping them down, back, up, and forward, rotating through the shoulder, trying to keep the shoulders spreading down the back. Go ahead and go with your own breath, with your own pace. Noticing if you're feeling anything loosening up. Go ahead and reverse the rotation. Definitely needing this. And then releasing your shoulders. Extending the arms if you want to, bending the elbows. We're just going to flick the wrists if you've been typing a lot like me. It's actually worth doing before we put any weight or any pressure on the hands. Rotate the wrist. Reversing the rotation. And then releasing your arms, moving down into the hips. So if we can, heels together, toes together in front of the hips. Trying to sit up nice and tall. If you feel yourself collapsing, giving support maybe with your hands, see if you can create length in the lower spine. This is a part of the body we're going to work on support for, but that might require loosening some stuff up so we can get that length. It might require strengthening. Gently rocking through the hip sockets. Again, just saying hello to our hips, noticing how they're feeling today. Doesn't matter where you are, we're just gently working within our own range of motion. Remember, some people come to yoga to get more flexible, to create a bigger range of mobility. Other people come because we need strength, we need to support the range of mobility we have. Go ahead and extend your legs. Flex, extend the ankles, feet, and toes, just like with the wrists. Other people have a pretty balanced body and you just might want to go a little bit deeper. So that maybe We need more strength, more flexibility to support ourselves seated. Go ahead and rotate the ankles. Nice thing about doing an online class is no one's there with you to judge what you look like, and you don't need to compare yourself to anyone else who's in the class with you. So you want to be listening really internally. I'm going to give cues for what we want a pose to look like ideally, but your body might tell you it should look like something else. So go ahead and make sure you're focused internally throughout the practice today. Okay, hopefully we rotated both ways around. Now we're going to rotate the spine. So sit up nice and tall on the sits bones. We'll inhale the palms up. Exhale, twisting from mid-spine to the left, trying to keep both sits bones down. Inhale again. Exhaling on to the right. Trying to find a twist in the mid-spine. Inhaling center. Working on keeping that core brace today. Exhale to the left, so there's some activation. Inhaling center. Exhaling on to the right. One more time, inhaling center, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to work in this position today. Exhale, releasing your hands. Coming to standing, we'll do 4 rounds of Hatha Flow Sun Salutations. These go quickly, so don't be intimidated if you need to adjust anything here, or if you feel like, oh, this is so fast, don't worry, everything else will move much more slowly. Now that we've warmed up the joints, we want to warm up a little bit the muscles, so get the body moving. Coming to the top of the mat, toes together, heels might be slightly apart, turning the legs on, finding a neutral pelvis, nice long spine, relaxing the chest and shoulders, chin is at neutral, inhaling the palms up, gazing up, exhaling, hinging forward from the hips, spine stays long. Inhale, stepping the left leg back, finding a lunge, gazing forward. Exhale, stepping the right leg back, downward facing dog. Inhaling forward into hands and knees or into plank. Exhale, bending the elbows, chin and chest toward the ground, but not on it. Inhale, rolling the chest through, gazing up, shoulders back. Exhale, tucking the toes, pulling the weight back, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping the left leg forward, lunge pose, gazing forward. Exhale, stepping the right foot forward, standing forward fold. Inhale, hinging from the hips, bringing the palms up, gazing up. Exhaling. Second round, right side, inhaling your palms up, gazing up. Exhaling, hinging forward. Inhale, stepping the right leg back, lunge pose, gazing forward. Exhale, stepping the left foot back, downward facing dog, spine is long, legs long. Inhaling forward into plank or into hands and knees. Exhale, bending the elbows, chin and chest toward the ground. Inhale, rolling the chest through, gazing up. Exhale, pulling the weight back, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot forward, lunge pose, gazing forward. Exhaling, stepping the left foot forward, standing forward fold. Inhale, hinging from the hips, bringing the palms up, gazing up. Exhaling. Samstitihi, second round, left side, inhaling the palms up. Gazing up, exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, stepping the left leg back, lunge, gazes forward. Exhale, stepping the right leg back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward into plank or into hands and knees. Exhale, bending the elbows, chin and chest toward the ground, chaturanga. Inhale, rolling the chest through, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, tucking the toes, pulling the weight back, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward, lunge pose, gazing forward. Exhale, stepping the right foot forward, standing forward fold. Inhale, hinging from the hips, bringing the palms up, gazing up. Exhaling. Last round, right side. Inhaling your palms up, gazing up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping the right leg back, lunge pose, gazing forward. Exhale, stepping the left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhaling forward into plank or into hands and knees. Exhale, bending the elbows, chin and chest toward the ground. Inhale, rolling the chest through, gazing up, spreading your shoulders. Exhale, pulling the weight back, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot forward, lunge pose, gazing forward. Exhale, stepping the left foot forward, standing forward fold. Inhale, hinging from the hips, bringing the palms up, gazing up. Exhaling, finding a standing position. So again, from the top of the mat, just coming here to open up properly for you. Bring the toes together, heels maybe slightly apart. Inhaling the palms up over the head, interlocking the fingers, palms facing the ceiling, coming up on the toes, gazing forward to a single point for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Slowly down on the heels, taking the palms apart, palms facing one another. We're going to sit down here in a Utkatasana. Tailbone stays down, pelvis is neutral, gaze is up for 1, spreading the shoulders, 2, shoulders away from the ears, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Stepping the left foot back, left heel down, heels aligned, left toes 45 to 60 degrees, hips square to the top of the mat. We'll bring the palms together, gaze up, bending that right knee. Pelvis is neutral, spine is long for 1, warrior 1, 2, Virabhadrasana A, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Dropping the left palm, opening the hips, gazing forward over the fingertips, warrior 2. Shoulders aligned with the hips for 1, 2, 3, spreading those shoulders, 4, shrugging them away from the ears, 5, 6, 7, and 8. My teacher will kill me for saying that. Dropping the left palm, raising the right, gazing up, brave warrior, length on both sides for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Back into warrior 2. Right palm to right knee, extended side angle. Bring the left palm overhead, gazing up for 1, straight line, left palm to left ankle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. One more time, back up to warrior 2. Lifting the left ankle into Anjaneyasana, lunge pose. Feeling the stretch in the left hip flexor. Palms apart, gazing forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We made it. Palms down and left knee down. Working a little bit more stretch on that left hip flexor. So palms down, see if we can bring our hips a little bit forward, keeping the hips square, we're not just rolling open. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Coming a little bit back out. If we can from here, you might bend that left knee, grab the left foot, see if you can guide it toward the hips. Try not to open the hips. We stay square to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Slowly releasing. Good stretch there. Tucking the left toes, pulling the right foot back, finding downward facing dog. Feet hips distance apart, parallel toes facing forward. Bending one knee and then the other, releasing any tension in the hips. Fingertips are spread, palms shoulder distance apart. Slowly we'll walk one foot and then the other to the top of the mat. When we get our heels together, toes together, we'll inhale, hinge from the hips, bringing the palms up, gazing up, and exhale. Same thing, other side. Starting with our toe balancing, inhaling the palms over the head, interlocking the fingers, palms facing the ceiling, Gaze is forward, shoulders away from the ears for 1, 2, lifting the heels, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Slowly heels down, palms apart, sitting down into Utkatasana. Again, pelvis neutral, spine long, bending your knees as much as you can. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Stepping the right foot back for warrior 1. The right heel comes down, hips square as much as possible to the top of the mat. Palms together, seeing if you can find 90 degrees on the left knee for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Dropping the right palm, left palm down in front, opening the hips, gazing over the left fingertips, shoulders aligned with the hips. Make sure the left knee is not collapsing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Dropping the right palm, raising the left, gazing up for 1, 2, 3, strong legs, 4, 5, length, 6, 7, and 8. Back to warrior 2 and into extended side angle. Left elbow to the left knee, extending the right arm, gazing up for 1. Trying to create a nice triangle here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping the chest and shoulders open. 6, 7, and 8. Whew. Back to warrior 2. Turning the back toes. Finding Anjaneyasana. Last pose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Slowly down on the right knee. Whew. And letting your hips come forward, stretching that right hip flexor a little bit more. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bending that back knee if we can. Come up to more of a seated position. Oh, such a stretch. Gazing forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Slowly releasing the right leg, tucking the right toes, palms down, pulling the weight back. Again, downward facing dog. You can walk this dog, bending one knee and then the other. Releasing any tension in the quadriceps, in the hip flexor and psoas. And when you're ready, come forward on the hands and knees. If you need to adjust or realign anything, we want our fingers spread underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, spine is long. Then we'll inhale, drop the belly, raise the chin, gazing up. Exhale, chin to chest, lift the spine. Inhaling, gazing up, extension through the length of the spine. Exhaling, chin to chest, flexing the length of the spine. Third round, inhaling, gazing up. Exhaling, chin to chest. Again, inhaling, gazing up. Exhaling, chin to chest. Last one. Inhaling, gazing up. Slow, continuous movement. Exhaling, chin to chest. Coming back to a neutral position. Long spine. We'll extend the left knee, so you might bring your right knee slightly more towards center. Just creating length here. And then slowly we're going to pulse a little bit up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, slow controlled movement. 7, keeping those hips square. And 8. Turning the toes slightly outward, toes facing the left side. We'll now just take that small amount of movement to the left and back to center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Slowly releasing the left knee. Rebalancing yourself, adjusting anything, shifting the weight into the left knee so you can extend the right leg. And again, slow pulses up and down, just from neutral, keeping the spine neutral. Hips as square as possible. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Turning the toes to the right this time, slowly moving out and in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, keeping that leg activated. 7, and 8, slowly releasing down. Just going to take a breath here and step back to plank. Remember, we're working the core today, so we need to work on strengthening the back and the abdominals. Spreading your shoulders, making sure we're not collapsing through here. Hips are lifted. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. For the next 8 count, we're going to try to lower down to the belly as slowly as possible. For 1, bend elbows. 2, 3, elbows stay in. 4, 5, almost there. 6, 7, and 8. Release your arms. Take any resting position. Whew. Letting your spine find its neutral curve in this orientation. And then we'll add some extension, working stretch in the upper back. So we'll bring the elbows toward the chest, fingertips spread, palms are open, kind of like a downward facing dog position here. I'm going to feel like we're almost pulling our elbows backward so our chest can come forward. Feeling length, traction in the spine, stretch toward the upper thoracic for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and where the lumbar meets the thoracic. 7, and 8. Slowly releasing down. You can open your hands, just release. So there we were working for some stretch. Now we want to work some strengthening, complementary, same pose. We'll bring the palms behind. If you can, we interlock the palms behind the back. Roll the chest open. If not, palms stay apart, same action. Inhaling, lifting the chest, gazing forward for 1, 2, feet stay down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost there, and 8. Exhale slowly down, releasing your arms. Any relaxation pose. Taking a breath. Taking a deeper cobra, palms down, near to the lower chest, elbows back. Chest should already be rolled open. As we inhale, lift the chest as we've been doing, not using our hands. Exhale. Then inhale, if you can come deeper, you can press through your hands. Keep the legs active, spine long. Again, we're looking for traction or length, not crunching in the spine. Gazing forward, slightly up for 1. Shoulders spreading. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Exhale, slowly rolling down. Again, you can release your arms. Take a breath. And last pose, we're going to open our palms. Shoulder height, palms facing down. Open your feet wider than your mat. Keeping the spine active, arms and legs active. We'll inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lift the legs. Trying to have the thighs off the ground. Knees straight, toes pointed. 2, 3, spreading those shoulders. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Exhale, slowly releasing down. Remember how we came down through plank? We're going to see if we can find our way up through it, tucking the toes, palms down near to the chest, bracing the length of the core, pressing through your palms, seeing if we can find our way back up into plank, and then pull our weight back into downward facing dog. Again, finding length in the spine, length in the legs, and then simply coming back down onto the knees. If possible, hips coming down onto the heels and head down. Palms can come forward or back. If this version is not accessible, we might stay up on our elbows, but we're trying to get a bit of a curve in our spine to really reverse the extension that we had in those back bending poses. So any version, taking a few breaths. It should feel relatively comfortable, so finding a position that works for your body. Palms down near to the knees, pressing yourself up into seated. We'll simply extend the legs forward. For a seated sequence, I'm going to face you for this. We'll sit up nice and tall. So you might adjust yourself so we're up on the sits bones. Again, we might find that our back is tight and our psoas is tight, and we're not able to find that neutral pelvis. We're trying to find a position where we're sitting up nice and tall. So the first thing that we're working on right now is just finding length and support to sit up nice and tall. If we find that kind of position, we'll activate through the legs, lifting the arches by pressing through the ball of the foot. Inhale, rolling the chest open, pressing the palms down near to the hips. Exhale, chin to the chest. This is Dandasana. We should have our full body active and breathe for 1, gazes toward the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Remember I promised you we'd work here. Inhale, chin up. Exhale, you can release your hands, but we're still sitting up nice and tall, keeping this nice braced core. We'll inhale the palms up overhead, interlock the fingers. Maybe if you want to, point that index finger up. That's where we want to stay, spine nice and long, and then we're going to lift the right leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Slowly down. I promise you, psoas burnout. Shifting into the other side, lifting the left leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost there, 8. Slowly releasing the leg, again, sitting up nice and tall. We'll inhale again, the palms up, and exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Finding wherever you have a nice long spine. So any version of this pose where we're sitting up nice and tall is where you want to be today. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, releasing the pose, coming back up to seated. Counter pose, Purvottanasana. Heels together, toes together. Legs are long. We'll bring the palms down behind the back, fingertips facing forward. If you find this very challenging, you can bend your knees, keep your feet hip distance apart, and take tabletop. Otherwise, we inhale, press through the heels, roll the thighs in, lift the hips. Keep lifting the hips, rolling the chest open, toes toward the ground for 1, 2, releasing the chin back, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Exhale, slowly letting the hips come down. Adjusting anything if you need to. From here, we'll take a little bit more forward fold hip opening. Bending the right knee, opening the right hip. Right heel presses into the left inner thigh. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Squaring our shoulders to the left leg. Exhaling, forward fold. Again, looking for a long spine. Shoulders square to the left leg. 2, 3, choosing whatever works for you, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, releasing. Slowly releasing, extending the right leg. So we do the other side. Bending the left knee, opening the left hip. Left heel presses into the right inner thigh. Inhale, lengthening the spine, squaring the shoulders to the right leg. And exhale, seeing where you can come in this position. Keeping the spine long, the shoulders square to the right leg. For 1, right leg stays active. 2, 3, toes toward the ceiling. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, releasing the hands. Slowly releasing the left leg. Shaking anything out. Still burning that psoas. Coming into Navasana, or boat pose, for 3 rounds. Sitting up nice and tall. Palms down near to the hips. Keeping the chest open. We'll lean back until our legs want to pop up. If you need to, bending the knees and bringing the palms up. If you can, legs are long, chest stays open, spine long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Exhale, good job. Bending the knees, sitting up nice and tall, just finding that length in the spine. Keeping it for the second round. Leaning back, extending the legs, extending the arms for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Exhale again, bending the knees, lengthening the spine, hanging out for 1 more round. Leaning back, extending the legs, extending the arms for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Again, exhale, bending the knees, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, releasing. From here, we'll come back into our butterfly, like how we started. If your hips are very tight, it's hard to sit up in this pose. The first thing to do is to work on seeing if you can get your spine long. If you're a bit more open, if you can sit up unsupported, we see if our knees come down a little bit further. And last possibility, please listening to your body. We grab the feet from above and below, roll the feet open like a book. Bottom of the feet facing the ceiling. You should feel this in your hips. Nothing in the knee. Inhale, lengthening the spine. And exhaling, chin and chest forward, keeping that spine long, elbows back. Little toe side of the feet pressing into one another, feeling this rotation in the hips. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhale, slowly back up to neutral. To counter that, we'll bring the knees together, heels a little bit away from the hips, wrapping our arms underneath the knees, spreading the shoulders, pulling the spine back, flexing the length of the spine, forehead toward the knees. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, releasing. If you need to, coming a little bit forward on the mat, we're going to lie on the back. So first of all, bending the knees, feet a little away from the hips, feet parallel, toes facing forward, hips distance apart, knees pointing toward the ceiling. They're not rolling out or rolling in. Spine is long, arms honestly wherever you want them to be, relaxing the spine, letting it find a neutral position on the ground. We're trying to give a little bit of constructive rest to those hip flexors that we've been working with today. Just breathing, focusing on the breath. You can go ahead and extend the right leg, pointing the right toes, keeping this leg anchored to the ground, hips anchored, bending the left knee.
You can grab the knee from behind or from above the calf. Guide it toward the chest. Remember, hips are anchored toward the ground. If you're feeling a nice stretch, maybe you stay there. If you want to, add a little bit more of that core strengthening. Chin toward the knee, gazes forward. For 1, shoulder blades off the ground. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Exhale, slowly releasing the chest, releasing the leg. Pointing the left toe, left hip is anchored. Bending the right knee, grabbing it from behind or from above, guiding it towards your chest. And when you find your limit, we'll inhale. Bring the chin toward the knee, gaze forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Exhale, slowly releasing the chest, releasing the knee, back to pointing the right knee. We'll repeat that or take it a little bit deeper. If you've got a little more opening in the hamstrings and in the back, we'll do this position with a straight leg. So if we can, grabbing the left big toe, guiding the leg toward the chest, left foot is flexed, right toe is pointed, and then if you can, chin toward the left knee for 1, gazes toward the toes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Exhale, releasing the chest, and then slowly, keeping the right hip anchored, we'll open the left leg to the left side. See where it goes. If your knee is bent, we're doing the same thing. So guiding that left knee toward the left side. If possible, maybe it comes all the way to the ground, but only if that right hip stays anchored for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chest is open. 6, 7, and 8. Slowly, left leg back to center. We'll inhale, chin toward the knee. Exhale, release the chest. Release the leg slowly, bending the left toes. Flexing the right ankle. Raising the right leg, so remember you can grab the right knee or the right big toes. Right leg is straight. Guiding that leg toward the chest. Our hamstrings are tight today. Inhaling. Bringing the chin toward the leg, gazing up from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Slowly releasing the chest. Opening the right leg or the right knee to the right side. Left hip stays anchored. We can gaze over the left shoulder. Chest is open for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhaling, right knee back to center. Exhale. Inhale, chin and chest toward the knee. Exhale, releasing the chest. Slowly releasing the leg. Whew. If you need to, shake anything out. We'll open the arms, shoulder height, palms facing the ceiling, bending the knees. Bringing the left knee on top of the right. And then we'll let the knees come down to the right side. Gaze over your left shoulder, trying to keep that left shoulder anchored into the ground. Feeling nice spinal rotation. Breathing deeply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhaling, legs back to center. Exhale, slowly releasing the left leg. And bringing the right leg on top of the left. And slowly dropping them to the left side, gazing over the right shoulder. And keep that right hip anchored. For 1, doesn't matter if your knees get to the ground. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhaling, legs back to center. Slowly releasing, finding that constructive rest again. Heels a little away from the hips, parallel to the hips, toes facing forward, knees facing the ceiling, not rolling up or down, checking in Releasing, relaxing through the psoas. Palms down near to the hips. Coming into bridge pose, bringing the heels closer to the hips. Hips distance apart, toes facing forward, palms down near to the hips. Maybe if your arms are longer, you might be able to grab your ankles. We'll inhale, press through the heels, roll the thighs in, lift the hips. Keep lifting the hips, pressing through the feet. As we roll the chest and shoulders open for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Exhale, slowly rolling down, taking a breath. We'll come up for a second round if you need to, adjusting, replacing your heels, replacing your palms. If you have Urdhva Dhanurasana in your practice, you're welcome to take it. Inhale, pressing through the heels, rolling the thighs in, lifting the hips. Keep lifting the hips as we roll the chest and shoulders open for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Exhaling, slowly rolling down. Taking a breath, extending the legs. We're going to finish with a relatively gentle inversion. I don't want to teach anything advanced online, so if you have shoulder stand in your practice, you're welcome to take shoulder stand, Halasana, Karnapadasana for 8 counts each. Otherwise, we'll take a more gentle inversion. Different options. You can simply bring your legs into 90 degrees. See how that feels. You might extend your legs. If we can hold this without the spine coming up, this is a good option. Or you can bring your legs against the wall, using the wall for support. It's meant to be a relaxing pose, so choose the option that actually feels good for your body. And then relax for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If you're in shoulder stand, Halasana for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If you're in Halasana, Karnapadasana for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Slowly back up into shoulder stand, or if we're in this position, slowly rolling down from the hips to the heels. You can bend your knees if you want to, rolling the side from the wall. And we'll find Shavasana. Taking a moment, lying down on the mat, releasing, relaxing any tension. Feet hips distance apart. Letting your feet roll out to the side, releasing any tension in the hips or in the ankles. Seeing if you have length in your spine. If you don't, you might adjust yourself a little bit. And then roll the chest and shoulders open, arms parallel to your legs, maybe slightly wider, palms facing the ceiling. Mindfully relaxing the shoulders, letting them sink into the ground, chest rolls open. Relaxing your neck. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing your face. If you haven't yet, go ahead and close your eyes. I'm going to take a few minutes here in Shavasana. Fully relaxing your body, trying to find stillness, being gentle in your thoughts, being gentle in your body. Bringing your attention, your awareness back into your breath. Go ahead and take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, slowly release. One more time, inhale. Exhale, release. Bring awareness in your body and your surroundings, gently wiggling your fingers, moving your toes. If you want to, you can slide your heels together along the ground, bring your palms together overhead. Again, inhaling, stretching your body wherever you feel like it needs it. Exhale, releasing. Taking your time, bending your knees. Keeping your eyes closed, rolling over onto one side of your body. Your bottom arm is a pillow, the other arm for support. Again, keeping your eyes closed, maintaining a connection with your body, pressing yourself up into any comfortable seated position. Trying to feel grounded from the sits bones down. Length in the spine. Openness in the chest and shoulders. When you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Thank you for practicing with me today. A couple of things, if you really enjoyed that practice, look all over YouTube for yoga, meditation, yoga nidra, great relaxation, or pranayama, yogic breathing techniques. There's lots of great channels to go out and support. Also, of course, keep supporting your local studios. If you really enjoyed the class, you might consider putting a little bit of money away in a jar and using that to support any of your local businesses that might be struggling right now. So if you can go ahead and order food online or for delivery, if you can buy gift cards or things like this. Otherwise, keep it until this is over. And if in the end you end up needing it yourself, then fantastic. You've got a small jar of money. You don't have to feel guilty about spending because it's already spent. But let's all support one another. Go wash your hands and your face again. Have a wonderful day.